I don't know if I could have survived. The biggest mistake that I did was three ways in which you can choose created a huge problem in my life. Why should I pressurize myself so much? Nostalgia is going to hit you. Don't run just because someone else is running. You've already won half of the battle because there's so much in life. So basically, this video is for everyone. School made me believe that one decision about choosing my stream would define my entire life. I did make wrong choices, I did learn my lessons, and it was really difficult. And I think most of us would have gone through the same thing, or maybe are going through the same thing. So if you feel this too, you're home. Hi guys, I'm Aksheya. Welcome back to our cozy little space where we are allowed to feel anything and everything. Guys, so this video is all about choosing a career path. So before getting into it, let me tell you who this video is for. So if you are currently in your high school, which is 8th, ninth, or 10th, then you must watch it because you'll get an idea how to choose the right career for yourself, like the right stream after 10th. And if you're actually in your 11th and 12th, like your plus one and plus two, then you should watch this because I'm going to be sharing my experience of how I survived my plus one and plus two after making the wrong decision and how to deal with all the stress and all. And if you're someone who's not close to that phase, then you should also watch this because nostalgia is going to hit you. And if you're a parent watching this, you have to definitely watch this because you will understand why you shouldn't force your kid into doing something that they don't like. So basically, this video is for everyone. I'll also be sharing you three ways in which you can choose the right career path for yourself. So let's get into the video. So when I was a kid, like around in 7th or 8th grade, my parents have always told me, they've always forced me to decide what I want to do in life, like what stream I'm going to be choosing after 10th and what I'm going to be doing after that, like what I want to do in life in general. I did have a clear idea of what I'm going to do in life, like what I want to become when I grow up, but I never thought about what I would be choosing after my 10th, which became a huge problem in my life, which created a huge problem in my life because what you choose after your 10th is going to be the strongest foundation for what you're going to become in your future. And choosing that foundation for yourself is the biggest task. So, my parents have always told me to decide what I want to choose after my 10th, right when I was in my 8th or ninth grade, so that I could work towards that. For example, if I were to choose MPC, which is maths, physics, chemistry, I would mainly focus on those subjects during my high school so that it will become easier for me when I go to that stage and start doing MPC. But as I was like so immature and with that childish mentality, I thought, chalo jab time aayega tab dekhenge. Because why to choose so early? Like, why should I pressurize myself so much, even though I have like 3 to 4 years left until choosing the stream in my 11th? So that's the biggest mistake most of us do. Our parents were right when they said that we have to have it figured out in our high school itself because it's going to only make things simpler for us in the future. But if you're not sure about what you're going to take, or if you're like, will think it when the time comes, it is going to become so difficult because there could be peer pressure and you would want to do what others are doing and you won't have a clear idea of what you want to do and you would just end up doing what most of the people are doing, like I did. So listen to what your parents are saying, make a decision, take help from them, go for a career counseling or anything. Just figure it out as soon as possible because it's going to make your life easier. Trust me on that. Please ensure that you have a clarity on what you're going to choose after your 10th in your 8th or ninth grade itself so that you can work on it. For example, you think you want to take MPC after your 10th so that in 8th grade itself make sure to work more on those subjects. And if you feel it's really tough for you and you're not able to understand that, you can always choose something else. For example, you can choose humanities, something like CEC or HEC, something like that, and then maybe work on that in your ninth grade so that you can have a better idea like is this for you or was MPC for you. Now coming to my experience and the lessons that I have learned after making some wrong decisions in my life. To tell you all about it, I need to start from my 10th grade itself. As I've said earlier, I was a kid who thought I'll think about it later, like after my 10th, when I'll be getting into my 11th, then only I'll decide what I want to do. So, the first and the biggest mistake that I did was not deciding it earlier. So I thought I'll decide it after my 10th, like why to stress so much about it right now. So I did that. So what happened was I was done with my 10th board exams, and after 2 days of finishing my board exams, lockdown was announced. And I was pretty chill through the lockdown, and I didn't feel so much of pressure then about choosing my career, or like the stream that I want to take after my 10th. But it slowly started kicking in. I was pretty sure about what I want to do in life, but I didn't know if I wanted to become an engineer or a doctor or a lawyer. So I wasn't aware of any of those. But by the end of my 10th, I was sure that I want to do something in the field of law. So I thought I'll be doing law in the future. So right now I have to take something which is pretty chill, which doesn't have math in it, because I hate math. And it's not like I cannot do it. I can do it with proper teachers teaching me, but I just don't like that subject so much. It has given me so much stress in life. So I thought I would take humanities and then do law, like BLLB or BBLLB. But I had so many people in my life who gave their opinion on me choosing law. So they came up to me saying that you can't do law because one, it's really hard, and two, if you're not getting into an NLU, which is a national law university, then you just can't do anything in your life. And that got to me, and I started contemplating my decisions, and I was thinking for other ways, like what else can I do. Almost 90% of my friends back then were going to choose MPC and then do engineering. And I also had two of my cousins of my age choosing engineering. Like they had a clarity, but I did not. And somewhere I felt like I gave it in to the peer pressure. It's not like they forced me to take it, but seeing them have so much clarity on what to take, like they were so clear that they want to take MPC and then do engineering, that got to me. And I was like, maybe that's right, and that is what I have to do too. One more biggest mistake was I compared myself to others. So I started thinking that there are so many students in my class or like around me, and I've seen them like they were like pretty average in studies. I was pretty good at studies. So I started thinking that, see, there are people who do not study as good as I do, and yet they are so confident and they're taking MPC, and like let them do anything in the future, but they are choosing MPC. So if they can do, why can't I? That was the biggest mistake that I did, comparing myself to others, because it's okay if they are willing to take the stress, let them. But why did I think I could also take that stress? That was such a stupid thing, which I regretted later, but I don't regret it anymore because I've passed that stage. So yeah, I thought about it. I went and told my parents also, like they don't study at all. They're like pretty average students. Like they get 35 marks for 100, but I do really well in my studies. So why can't I choose MPC? I think I can do MPC. I was pretty confident that I'll do. I mean, confidence is great because it gives you the guts to say something that you don't really like or anything, but it turned out pretty bad. Just like most students in the Telugu states, even I joined in the the top two names you hear when it comes to MPC colleges, which is, you know what, you know them, right? So I joined in that along with my cousins. But the thing was that it was during the lockdown, so almost half of it has gone in online classes itself. But to be honest, I never listened to online classes. Like I never really learned anything in those 2 years of my life. Most of my faculties were also not so good. I hardly listened to any of the online classes. Also, once the offline classes started, I did go, but then it was so hard to, adapt myself to such circumstances because the faculty was very strict, and the junior lecturers, the JLs, they were pretty strict, and I hardly learned anything, to be honest. I also felt like the faculty has made it much hard for me to survive there, to survive MPC, because in one class there were nearly 100 students, and they didn't even know how to like manage the strength, and they never really care like if every each and every one of them were able to understand or not. Also, all that was fine until the exams, because I was like chilling all the time because I was unable to understand anything or whatever they were teaching. So the board exams were pretty chill. Like, you have a booklet, you have the questions and answers printed in it. Like, you have to memorize all of that and go to the exam, write the same thing. But I was never that kind of a person who would, like, memorize everything like as it is and just go put it on the paper. It was really tough. Like, okay, chemistry, physics, and all, everyone can do that, but math, how are you supposed to do math in that way? You cannot memorize the whole sum and just go put it in the paper over there. That was so impractical. Like, how are you even going to learn anything in your life if you're like just memorizing a sum, a mathematical sum, and just printing it on the paper? So when my board exams were near, I just got so much stress, and especially for mathematics, I started crying. I just couldn't do it. I was so close to giving up. But then I only made it through because of my parents' support. My parents valued my health more than my studies, and that was the only thing that kept me going at that time. And if at all my parents would have forced me, like, you have to do this, you have to get good marks, then I don't know if I could have survived that phase or not. And I'm not even kidding, it was really tough for me. And more than the 11th, in the 12th, it was even more pressurizing for me because it was a deciding factor. Like, if I'm failing that subject, i I just couldn't process it in the first place because I never failed in a subject. I never got like so less in a subject, and I just couldn't take it if I actually got, like, if I actually failed in that subject. So it took me so much courage to, like, not give up on that subject or in on my MPC. As I told you earlier, there are three ways that you can choose the right stream for yourself. So, first one would be know what you want to do in your life. For example, if you're sure that you want to become an engineer and go towards the software field, then you'll know that you have to take MPC after your 10th, so that it's going to help you with your engineering and stuff. When you're like pretty confident about what you're going to do in life, it is going to make your life so easy, because when you're pretty confident that I want to become an engineer only, or I want to become a doctor only, then it is very simple for you to choose BPC or MPC and then proceed in that way towards your future. And if you're not clear of what you want to do in life, then the second way to choose your right career path is to go with your strongest subjects. For example, like, if you're not sure if you want to become a lawyer or a doctor or something like that, just blindly choose the stream which has your strongest subjects in it. For example, social sciences are your strongest subjects, then blindly go with humanities. And if you're good with math, then you can definitely choose MPC, because math is a dominating subject in that, and it is going to help you a lot. Like, you can eventually grow, because even if you're not strong with the other subjects in that stream, you can pull it off because you're actually confident with one subject and the subject which is actually dominant in that stream. But if you still don't know what you're going to do in the future, or if you don't know what your strongest subjects are, and if you don't trust yourself with making the choice for your future, then blindly go take the subject or the stream that your parents want you to take. Let me explain it to you. You're actually trusting the person who trusts you so much with a particular subject. For example, your parents know for sure that you're going to be a really good doctor in the future, and so they insist you to take BPC, but you are not sure if that's going to work for you, or if you're sure about it or not. But you still have that trust in your parents. So when you choose that particular stream for yourself and you have your parents' support, you've already won half of the battle, because no matter what, they are going to support you so much. They're going to push you towards reaching your goal, and even if you feel like giving up, they're always going to stand strong, supporting you no matter what and no matter what it takes. So by choosing BPC, you're basically putting your trust in your parents, who actually have so much trust and faith in you that you're going to do great in the field of medicine. Also, guys, even if your parents are pressurizing you to do something that they want you to do and are not letting you take something that you want to take, make them understand. Just don't give in. Like, pressure mein aake don't take those decisions which you're going to regret in your life. because it's going to cost you the most precious years in your life. You should be able to explain your parents why do you want to take something that you want to take and not what they want you to take. Make them understand how passionate you are about a particular subject or a particular field, because parents are definitely going to accept when they see that passion in you for that particular subject or field. And when you have that confidence, then they'll definitely accept your decision and let you take that, because they know for a fact that you're not going to screw it up. Guys, also, no matter what you choose in your life, like whichever path you're taking, give it your everything, because that is what you're going to do for the rest of your life. Put in all your efforts, because remember that you're building a future that you've always wished for yourself. And it's not like you're building it for someone else, you're building it for yourself. Don't give too much pressure to your head, because it's definitely not going to work. Stay calm, even if you're in a tough situation. Try to process it, think about the ways that you can overcome it, but just don't give up at that point itself, because there's so much in life. Whatever the problem is, whatever you're going through, try to find the solutions, or go to the people that you trust, talk to them, take their advice, or just go to a counselor. Do anything that takes you to pass that phase, but please don't give up. I wish someone told me this earlier, that choosing a stream is not about your marks, your friends, or trends. It's about yourself. Don't choose something what your friend is choosing or what some other person is choosing. And don't let someone else choose the path for you or pave the path for you, because if they are doing it for you, you don't know what the route is and you don't know where it's going to lead. But if you're doing it for yourself, then you know every twist and turn, and you know where you're going to reach. Guys, no matter what, remember that you're just a human. I'm just a human. We are all just humans, and we do make mistakes. Also, so many of us want to challenge ourselves. Like, even if you know that one particular subject is not for you and you're not good at it, but still you force yourself to take that up and work on it. But it's going to give you so much mental stress, and nothing, like, no challenge is worth your mental stress, guys. So understand that. Don't push yourselves too much. Don't try to do something just to prove others, because you don't have to prove anything to anyone. Guys, don't run just because someone else is running, because both of your destinations would not be the same. Like, they could be going somewhere which is 10 kilometers far, and you are going somewhere which is just 1 kilometer far. So just because they are running, it doesn't mean that you have to run. You can just walk and reach your destination. So make sure to understand that not everyone's goals are the same. Like, even if you have the same goals, you can have different paths. It's not like you have to take the same amount of strain and pressure as they are, because it's only going to make your health, like your mental and physical health, worse, and nothing else. You don't want to be sick, tired, and restless after reaching your destination, right? Also, you have to remember that even if you're doing something like, okay, you took MPC, you did engineering, you're in the software field, it's not like you end there, like that is your destination. It's not like that. Even if you're not liking it or if you're bored of it, you can always choose something else, because life doesn't end over there. You still have chance, you still have time to do whatever it takes to reach that particular place where you're happy, where your mind is happy, where your body is happy, and you feel like this is it and this is for you. Nobody has their lives figured out at 15, and that's okay. Stop stressing, because confusion is normal. And sometimes choosing the wrong stream teaches you so much more about yourself than choosing the right one. Every path teaches you lessons, and even detours shape the destination. So, your choice about the stream is not going to lock in your future forever. It's only going to start the journey. And if you have this choice figured out early in your life, it's only going to make your life easier. That's all for today's video, and I hope whatever I spoke today made some sense, and I hope it helps at least one of you. And if this felt like something that you would want to sit with again, please do subscribe. I would love to have you all again. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.